fast. It's already blurry as one of the stars of the South now. That's Rap's dream as well. Ken, Coach Chris.
Thank you so much, Mika. Rap Golf, former Gilas youth member. Certainly has the tools if he wants to follow into the footsteps of Mark Meneses.
Thank you for that. I didn't realize that he's an alumni of the Chiang Kai-shek Blue Dragon.
Yeah. Diyan siya sumikat eh, sa Chiang Kai-shek eh. Ang alam ko,
I think that's post Goldwyn Monteverde era na yan. Yeah.
pero alam ko sa Gilas Youth, inabot din niya sila Carl Tamayo. Mga naging kakampi niya yan. Well, Mark Meneses. See the quarter scoring. Cebu, pataas ng pataas yung production. While Bacolod, bagsak nung second quarter. 26-10. That was the turning point.
Matulad ng pasang yun, bagsak din yun. So, kasi turnover, naging ikinalabasan nun. Bola ngayon ng Cebu Greats.
Sa akin kasi, tumatak sa isip ko when he guested nung rebanse, si Mark.
Okay.
Kasi very soft-spoken siya eh. He's been saying the same things na may kinig siya sa coaches, through hard work. But sometimes, when you have that routine, maging siya nagulat siya sa sarili niya na nakaka-layup na siya, na nagagawa niya to. Kasi alam ko tinanong niyo siya eh, paano mo nagawa yun? Hindi niya masagot. Pero like, ang naisip niya is parang bigla, parang it came naturally and it was because of his hard work and the way he was able to pick off the brains of his veteran teammates, I guess. And he has blossomed into this all-around player for Cebu.
I think the key for him, aside from the things you mentioned, the work he puts in is yung kanyang disiplina also of getting more than 10 hours of sleep.
Oo nga, isa pa yun. 10 to 12 hours of sleep pala, no? Growing kid pa. He's only what? I think he's just mga early 20s if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I'm gonna say mid-20s.
Free throw ni Rafgo. 83-57. It's good on his second free throw. 83-58. 25-point lead for Cebu. Extreme ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Mark Meneses to Elmer Chavez. Lobs it inside. Meneses couldn't handle the pass.
Ito sinasabi ni Mark Meneses, no, na ipasa niya sa corner para I believe it was Tampos ng katabi at that time as he slipped to the rim para mas maganda yung angulo ng pasa. So even yung mga ganong things, no, nakikita ni Mark Meneses, which is really impressive.
The decision-making certainly has improved tremendously for him. Mark Meneses will trigger it in. Elmer Chavez. He'll head to the line for 2 shots. Foul on Marjun Wahe, picking up his third. Elmer Chavez. Huge double-double in his last outing. Came over during the free agency and trade window. Intis yung pangalawang free throw. Desmond Price lost his balance. He got fouled by Cebu. Pushing foul on Elmer Chavez. lead still at 24 points.
Pero may isang dunk pa yan, maniwala. Sa kanya isang 360.
So the Cebu Greats seeking their 7th straight victory, trying to keep in step with teams like Gensan, who will play later, Batangas City, Binyan.
They found it. They don't have to seek it at this point of the game. Earlier, they were not out of the woods yet. Now, the woods have been burned. And continues to burn against dito sa Bacolod. Napakalaki na ng kanilang kalamangan. Kanina, nung dire-diretso ang 3-point shots nitong Bacolod early or late in the third quarter. 17 doon lumalaro, pwede pa eh. Showing some life. Eh ngayon, kahit i-revive mo, hindi na mabubuhay yan.
Ito wala na. 28 points. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth. June Manzo. Campos wants the basketball, guarded by Desmond Price. Manzo still with a rock. That patented one-hander. Si Manzo, double figures na din. Isang buwan na ang kalalamangan ng Cebu. 88-58. Bondang Iwan turns around and shoots it over his defender. Kit Aguiar. And Chavez wants to post up Marjun Wahing. Elmer, no. Price able to get the rebound. And also, quick pass, Marjun Wahing got his legs under him but couldn't convert. Campos, the pitch ahead. Manzo, bumangga. Pinunta sa kalula, wala. Pero nandoon si Mark Meneses to clean it up.
That was a nice rebound by Campos with one hand, and then before even landing was able to pitch the basketball towards the other side.
Manny Pay, the digital wallet built for the community. Apat na players papasok for Cebu.
Mukhang si Ariar ang may iwan.
So again, looking forward to their home games next week. July 16, laban sa Binyan at the Hoops Dome, Lapu-Lapu City. And then July 18 sa Cebu City at the Cebu Coliseum. Kung di ako nagkakamali, yung Cebu Coliseum, yan yung home court dati ng Cebu Gems, di ba?
I believe so.
Di ba? Tapos naalala ko kasi, we had that conversation last week about one of the crowds na during the first couple of seasons, Muntinlupa. Yung Cebu nun, I remember, meron din silang parang cage sa bleachers. I don't know if you recall.
I don't. I mean, it's good that you remember. Sa'yo, you're trying to remember. Me, nakwento lang, hindi ko na kasi inabot.
Ah, okay. Let's go that route.
Yes.
Okay. Pero kasi naalala ko, like, obviously, that was the coming out party of Tondo Nontiveros. He had guys like Rob Wainwright. I think, sino ba ba sila? Stephen Padilla was there.
Right.
Arnold Gamboa. And they were headed back then by Coach Tunichi Turi. Maganda yung mga games dun eh. Yeah, that rivalry with, I mentioned already, Negros, sila Rene Nugnatan, John Ferrios, John Del Cartel. How about this three?
Dennis Madrid.
Oh, Dennis Madrid. Altamsi with a free, 95-60. And I'm sure the Cebuanos are relishing that chance for them to come back. And this new look squad of Cebu looking prime for a deep playoff run, although there are a lot of challengers awaiting them.
Especially the games there.
Yeah.
That's against Binyan and Caloocan.
Oo.
A big test. To me, if they end up in those two home games in a split, it's successful na yun para sa akin. Because after today's game, they will be 14-3. Okay, so that means if they end up with a split next weekend, they're gonna end up 15-4, which is not bad for a team who we probably wouldn't think would probably at best would be a play-in team before the season started. But I think we're fooling ourselves if we said, itong team na to, playoff team to. Right?
Yeah,
before the season started.
Yeah.
Right? So, kaya nabanggit natin kanina, Cebu, may Kawayan, certainly the two teams overachieving at this point of the season.
On a turnaround for them. Last season, at this point, they were 4-12. And then turned things around, made a run. Umabot sila dun sa play-in.
You could throw in Jensen, right? I mean, Jensen has always been a steady second-round playoff team. But I don't think we said that, or maybe expected that Jensen would be the #1 team for the most part to start the season. And now midway, a lot can still change, but man.
Bacolod trailing by 34. Esqueriola takes the 3 short. And yeah, Cebu, may Kawayan, Jensen. And at one point, Valenzuela also had that stretch where they were above 500.
Right. Right now, they're in play-in position. That's something sort of realistic.
That race sa top 4, mabigat din yan in the South. Teams like Jensen, Batangas City, Binyan, Cebu, and Quezon. Don't count out Quezon. Kulang lang sila sa laro. They're 10-2, but they've had quality wins already against Binyan and Caloocan.
Well, how about the disparity? Lagi natin sinasabi no, na ang Norte ay mas mahirap na division. No, number 1, nandyan yung defending champs in Abra. But at this point, number 10, Bataan, 6-9, play-in team, right? Sa kabila, number 10, Sarangani, 3-14. Right? At playing team. So, Sarangani, obviously, they still have to win a couple more games, I guess. Right? Kasi right behind them is this team, Bacolod, with 3 wins, Imos with 2 wins, Negros with 1.
Desmond Price made his first free throw. Pasok din yung pangalawa. Yung 10th spot na yan, pinaglalabanan yung mga teams that have those records. Zamboanga, even though they lost to Rizal the other day, if they find their groove, well, they have the unfortunate case of having a tough schedule to begin. Dami na nakalaban na malakas. But
that's true. But what's the case of Fortsky?
What do you mean?
Has he been playing?
Yeah, he has.
Okay. Because the games I'm catching, well, the one in Mindoro, he wasn't there.
Wala siya doon. Parang yun nga lang yun na-miss niyang game eh.
Okay.
Or one or a couple. Kasi nagkaroon din daw siya ng injury sa practice.
Okay, so injured.
Tapos
You just saw Robbie Darang, by the way, of Bataan.
maganda yung nilaro nung huling laban nila. But he'll take on Ilagan later. 95-63. Ichi Altamirano trying to break down Jetro Ting off the dribble. Ting will give up a foul.
Number 33, Jetro Ting.
32-point lead for the Cebu Greats. Tangiwan comes in. Zamorano sa poste. Takes the 3 over his defender. Wala. Respond Price. Nakuha yung rebound. Will take the 3 and will clank off the rim. By the way, I failed to mention this. Si Coach Aldrin Morante was a former head coach of Bacolod back in season 4.
I remember. He's been around.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the Mpbl. Last season, Coach Pasig.
Probably is 15.
What?
15 ito. Dito sa Cebu.
15.
Probably, yeah. Just, break it down one by
Kasi
one. Nagsimula siya Muntinlupa, right?
tama.
Then Bacoor,
Tama.
and then Pasig, and then obviously itong Cebu.
Nagmuntinlupa siya ulit eh. Nung season 5.
Okay, so there was a reunion.
Yeah, reunion. That's Coach Aldrin Morante. Season 4, nung nasa Bacoor siya, umabot din sila ng playoffs. But lost to Batangas City in the first round.
Right.
Actually, Bacoor, they only had 4 seasons here. Season 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pero lahat yun playoffs eh. 4 playoff appearances. The last one, obviously, they went all the way to the finals. Jetro Ting with the jumper. And I recall the story you had.
What was the team na umabot siya sa finals?
Yung Bacoor, akala
Bacoor.
pa Pampanga. Di ba?
No. That was Coach Alex.
Oo nga, sinasabi ko lang, yung Bacoor, well, namimiss na kasi natin yung Bacoor eh, di ba?
Okay.
Na 4 na seasons lang dito sa MPBL, pero
Right.
lahat umabot sa playoffs. Nung season 4, nandun na si Coach Aldrin.
Okay. Yeah, their first year.
Season 2.
Yeah, maybe that was season 2.
Yeah,
season
yun
2. No, the year that Gapanal suited up for
MVP.
them MVP, right?
Oh,
The
season
first
2 yun.
year. Yeah. Man, I can't believe that was 8 years ago.
Dalawang
Getting too
season si
old for
Gapanal
this.
eh, di ba? Tama, sa Bacoor.
Yeah.
Season 2, season 3.
Because that was the season we also went to the MPBL, went to Canada.
Canada, oo.
Kasama si Gab dun eh.
Saan naalala ko, may kinwento si Gab about, obviously they had that tough stretch where his father, no? Pero laki ng tinulong daw ng Bacoor sa kanila during that time. And
Yeah, a little health crisis.
yes, health crisis. And Gabanal also credited his stint with Bacoor that really paved the way for him to have more opportunities, having that MVP season.
I think eventually he suited up or was in the lineup of Gilas. What was that, 4 years ago under Coach Chot? There was that was after his Bacoor stint, a few years later. Yeah.
Baityong, titira pa sa tres.
Or maybe part of the roster. Like, the pool. His name was
Was part of the
thrown in there, yeah.
So Cebu throwing themselves in the mix of possibly a contending team in the South Division.
Yeah, maybe. I think I'm ready to say that. I mean, if they go 2-0 next week, for sure, I'm ready to say that. A split, almost.
Our best play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Boom Boom Tampos though, in that second quarter especially, was really the spark plug that Cebu needed to get over the hump and flashing his all-around brilliance in today's ball game.
I hope Mika would ask him like, Limuel, right?
Limuel,
Limuel, where did Boom Boom come from?
97-67.
I'm curious.